Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Alex, the Comic Hoarder. Thank you so much for clicking play on this video. Gene, the co-founder and CEO of Shortboxed, just released an article with a review of 2021. Shortboxed is a sponsor of this channel, so I strongly recommend that you guys go to the link in the description below, download that app using that link, and it really does help out this channel. Check out that article in full. There's some great information on there, but this video is the top 10 highest selling books of 2021. Hopefully you guys are excited. Hopefully you're ready. Here we go. Number 10 on the list is Savage She-Hulk. Number 1, it's from 1980. It's the first appearance and origin of She-Hulk. I can definitely understand why this book is on the list with a teaser trailer just recently with the principal character of Bruce Banner in the trailer. I can understand why this book has been sold so many times and people are wanting to acquire this book. The 1-year average for a 9.8 is $1,209. As you can see, recent sales are comparable to that. So this book is still going strong, and just imagine how much higher it's going to go the closer and closer we get to that Disney Plus show. Number 9 on the list is Star Wars High Republic, number 1 from 2021. This is a Star Wars canon story that predates the Skywalker saga. There's so many first appearances, including the Padawan and the Jedi Master, who are the central focus of this story. There are several variants, so definitely check those out. But the 1-year average for 9.8 of the A cover is $81. Maybe it's a book that you invest in. Maybe it's something that you like. I can definitely see Disney wanting to use this in some sort of story in the Star Wars saga as a movie or some kind of Disney Plus streaming show. Definitely an era that we want to see more of. We want to see more Jedi in their prime. Number 8 on the list is not really a surprise to me. It's Spawn number 1 from 1992. Definitely make sure you're checking out the newsstand variant, also the black and white Todd McFarlane variant. Those are books that are definitely going to be higher in price than the regular standard direct edition. The 1-year average for this book in 9.8 is $254. For the newsstand, it jumps all the way up to $1,028, and I couldn't find any sales, but I definitely know the black and white number 1 Todd McFarlane variant is much higher than that. So definitely a book that you'd want to collect. I think every collector born at least in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, loves and has a respect for Spawn number 1, and they're going to be rebooting this property at some point, so it's definitely a book to keep your eye out on. Number 7 on the list is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars number 8. It's the origin of the black symbiote costume. I think this book has room to grow. I think this book is a really awesome spec for Marvel Comics and Marvel Cinematic Universe. Maybe someday we'll see Tom Holland wearing the black symbiote costume. You never know. Time will tell. The 1-year average for 9.8s is $730. And as you can see, some of these squeaked by just this month for around $500. So my plan this year is to buy some nice high-grade copies of them and get them graded, because I definitely think there's room to grow on Secret Wars number 8. The next one on the list has me scratching my head. It's Aliens number 1 from Dark Horse 1988. It's the first appearance of aliens. I remember buying and selling this book for like dollars and then selling it for like 10-15 bucks and thinking like I made a killing on this book. 9.8 1-year average for this book is $2,431. This book is still selling like all the time for over $2,000. People want aliens, I guess. Does it all have to do with the reboot of Marvel, or is there a new movie coming out? I'm not really sure. But people love aliens. They love Aliens number 1. This is not my thing. I'm definitely not spending over $2,000. I'm not spending over $100 on Aliens number 1. But if it's your thing, I applaud you. Go for your thing. Just make sure that it's been on your want list for like 2, 3, maybe like 10 years before you spend $2,000 on Aliens number 1. We have hit the top 5 books that have sold on the Shortbox app this year. They've sold thousands of books, but if you guys are enjoying this content, make sure you hit that subscription button. Make sure you hit that bell to be notified when there's future videos. Also hit that thumbs up and comment down below what you think of these books. Number 5 on the list is X-Men number 4, but not the X-Men number 4 from the 60s with the first appearance of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. This is X-Men number 4 from 1992 with the first appearance of Omega Red. Omega Red is such an awesome villain, and he was specced on several times this year with potentially being the big bad villain in Falcon and the Winter Soldier and potentially the Black Widow movie. Those didn't come to fruition. In my opinion, this book is definitely still worth picking up if you can find it for the right price. The 1-year average for a 9.8 is $269 for the direct edition, and it jumps up to $535 for the newsstand. The next book on the list, number 4, is from 1992 as well. Go 1992. I was 10 years old that year. It was about the time I started collecting collecting comic books with the death of Superman, and it is Amazing Spider-Man 361. It's the first appearance of Carnage. I can understand. There was a movie, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, but this is a book that you probably shouldn't have sold the farm for. This book has taken quite the dip this year. The 9.8 one-year average for direct edition was $951. That's a pretty big price to pay. Unfortunately, the prices have gone down considerably. I think some of these books are selling for $575 for direct edition, up to around $600. Now, the 9.8 newsstand was $1,265, has gone down to $960. Once again, it's just one of those things where don't let people, even myself, pump you up so much that you're going to spend money on something that you can be patient for. This book was not worth very much a couple years ago, maybe $200-300 at the most. Then it jumped up to $1,000. Is it worth $1,000 to you to have the first appearance of Carnage? Carnage is a really, really cool character, but for me, I'll wait till it goes back down to pick up another copy of this book. Number 3 on the list is Eternals #1. It's a Jack Kirby creation from 1976. I love this book. I love owning this book. I want this book in my collection for sure. I have 4 raw copies. I want to get one graded to see if I can get a nice high solid grade on it. This book is the first appearance of the Eternals, the Deviants, and Icarus. It's a really important book, just as much as the movie was a really important movie. It wasn't the most enjoyable. I did enjoy it. I did like it, but it's one of those ones where it's like a lot of downtime. I want to watch it again and just fast forward to the good parts. That's what I'm excited about. I'm also excited about what this sets up for the future of the MCU. This is one of those books that's kind of been hurt by the hype. So the 9.8 one-year average was $2,413, and it's taken a dip. Now, I think the 30-day average is $1,320. So this book is another one that you can maybe get now for a little bit cheaper, and maybe even try to get it cheaper than that, than the 30-day average. It may not be worth it, or buy a raw copy and see if you can get a nice high grade on it. It's just one of those ones where like even down to like 8.0 you can get for like $100 or less. So anyways, really cool book. I still enjoy it. I love this property, and I'm excited to see what they do in the MCU going forward with the Eternals. Number 2 on the list is Venom #27. It's from 2020, Donny Cates' run. It's the first appearance of Codex. This book has so many really great variants. This first one's from Clayton Crane, and this next one is from Scon. This one's my favorite, with Null and the Infinity Gauntlet. Really, really great looking book. I think you can get that book at a 9.8 for under $100. But a 9.8 for the A cover one-year average is $44. I can see why this book has sold so much, because there's so many different variants of it, and that's why Venom #27 is on the list and has sold so many copies in 2021. The book that sold the most copies in 2021 on the Shortboxed app, the #1 book on this list, is Amazing Spider-Man #55, the Pat Gleason webhead variant. Such an awesome book. There were so many subsequent printings of this book, so many different color variations. You were even able to find some in Walmart packs, non-authorized store exclusives from Pat Gleason that were showing up in these Walmart packs. Such a great book, such a beautiful artwork, and I can understand because there were so many different color variations that people wanted to collect the set of these, and so that's why Amazing Spider-Man #55 was the #1 book on the list that sold for Shortbox in 2021. The 9.8 one-year average for this book is $92. Such a cool looking book. I think this is going to be one of those instant classics where people are going to be wanting to have this book in their collection for years and years to come. And that's the list. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely go to the link in the description below to download the Shortbox app. If you use that link to download the app, it really does help out this channel. It shows them that I sent you over there. Definitely check out the rest of the article. There's so much great information in that article on sales data from the year, and Shortbox is a monster in this comic book industry. They're selling a ton of books. It's the easiest way to buy and sell graded comic books online, so definitely check them out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you all in the next one. See ya. Bye.